about French League 1, La Liga, German Bundesliga, not forgetting about Italian Serie A as well. We bring for you the fixtures that happen local here. Before we talk about the English Premier League games, German Bundesliga games, and the other top European games, we can confirm to you at this particular moment on the Parka right now they are in Yumbe, not for a FIFA Big League game, but for a friendly game ahead of the preparation for the second phase of FIFA Big League, and they are playing a host to a team called Araka, and at the same time, Stanbic Uganda Cup round of 64 and round of 32 continues. They go concurrently, and today one game on the card, it will be a game between Kimu and the team of URA. That one will be in the round of 64 of Stanbic Uganda Cup. And we can also confirm to you a very big great news for all the fans of Ugandan football. MTN Philip Omondi second phase construction has already been commissioned, and at the same time players continues to announce their departure at the end of the season. One particular player we can confirm at the moment is Frank de Jong, who is playing for the team of Barcelona. I am not alone in the studios of West Nile Television to discuss the program of Whistle Time. I am together with my usual colleague Pandit. This time when it's not with us, I have got Susie Linda with me. Before we proceed, I need to first usher him into the discussion. Susie, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Benson. Good afternoon, viewer out there. You're most welcome for the result, the weekend edition of Whistle Time. Saturday it is. We're always here 2 to 3, and of course, whatever it is that we bring to you is basically sports. Locally, Benson has already said that Onduparaka traveled to Yumbe to play. There is a Raka, and I can confirm to you that they reached very well and reached very safe. And also, somehow in a fourth league division games, Niva also is traveling today to Kuluva to play. There is a Kuluva Rainbow, and then also we will see in the round of 64 a few other fixtures, of course, that we will get to discuss as of course the show goes on from here, and more of the international stories will equally come through as of course we break down every other sports story.
Yes, exactly. Before we talk about European stories, maybe about the Stanbic Uganda Cup, like you have just mentioned, Niva Football Club, a club which is playing in 4th Division League of Arua City, playing a friendly with a regional league material. I think it's a good one. You talk about Kuluva Rainbow. This is a team playing in Western Regional League, more especially in Nile Zone. One of the teams performing very well, and they already for the preparation ahead of the second phase, just like Kuluva Rainbow. I think playing a team that has got weight is a good thing. I know you may want to give something along that area before we discuss the friendly between Onduparaka and the team of Araka.
This is quite a very good one, and this initiative was brought in by there is the coach of there is a Niva Football Club in the names of Mawanda, and but then also stands as a coach over there is a Niva Football Club that plays in 4th League Division games. Remember, like your Daliron said, Kuluva plays in Regional League. So he brought in this initiative so that, like you had anticipated, Niva gets to feel the weight of a well-organized team that actually plays a bigger league than them, I should say. And whatever that goes down in this game, trust me, we'll compile the stories and bring through. But coming through from there is a Niva camp. Everyone, of course, everyone is around within camp. There are no injuries, basically, and the team seems quite excited to go in for this very game up against Kuluva Rainbow. And what I am seeing closely is that from the last game that Niva won, that is in Apajulu at the home of Mission Foundation, they won that game 3-0, and remember they closed first round with only one win, and that win has ignited in a lot of morale. That win has ignited in a lot of excitement that now Niva players feel they can beat every other team that comes across them. But I would like to tell my boys out there that let us focus. Let the 3-0 that we collected from Mission Foundation guys not excite us so much. Let us go and play Kuluva Rainbow and not fear them. Some of you will be opponents to there is other coach, if at all he will play, or if at all he will feature in the squad. So basically, let us go in there to collect the 3 points. Let us go in there to beat the squad of Mr. Coach Mawanda, as we did to Mission Foundation boys, and all the best to there is Niva, I should say. And also, leaving that story aside, like you had said, I will be crossing over to there is Araka hosting Onduporoka Football Club in a big clash.
Yes, exactly. Before we discuss about that particular encounter, I know it's the biggest encounter we have in today. I should say over the whole week. In the region of West Nile, because that game Onduporoka is playing with Araka, I know it's a big one. And still the game between Niva and the team of Kuluva Rainbow, we promised to you on Monday will be in person to bring you what will transpire in that particular encounter. Onduporoka taking a trip away to Araka. Araka is a team, a traditional team coming from Yumbe DFA. They have always been performing very well. Matthias, at the beginning of this season, West Nile Regional League, Nile Zone did not start the season very well. You look at how they sit right now, they have improved greatly. Meanwhile, for Onduporoka Football Club, to me, this one is going to revive the hope of the fans, because what had happened to the club concerning the Stanbic Uganda Cup round of 64, most of the fans of Onduporoka Football Club right now, they are worried whether the club will be in position to participate again in FIFA Big League. That friendly game alone shows that they will play, because the friendly is all about preparation ahead of the second phase of FIFA Big League. And I know it's going to be a tough one. I don't know which team you anticipate will end up collecting the maximum number of points.
For Onduporoka Football Club, they just reported into camp, and they started training a little bit late, and I think basically that is why we saw them missing in one Uganda Cup fixture where they were supposed to travel to there is to Western Uganda to play against there is the Chambura Stars. But then this time around, the boys have returned into camp, I would say. And also, basically, they have been doing trainings, and they by the way, had a game behind closed doors down here. And I can confirm to you, if you're out there, or every other fan of Onduporoka, that they won this game 3 goals to 2, I think, basically. And this clearly showed to you that the boys are very willing, and every other person has been excited to come back in camp. And then sadly, the goalkeeper, of course, left. There is Okelo, he left, and then there is a replacement. And every other person is within camp. We have the likes of De Bryan, he's in camp. I can confirm that. We have the likes of Andama Jr. and the rest of the core people in there is the club. All of them traveled to Yumbe. They left this morning.
So everyone is waiting to see how Onduporoka will drive the bus in the remaining games of the FIFA.
But Benson, before we cross to the next story, trust me, this game of Onduporoka in Araka is going to be a very tough one. I will not be surprised if Araka beats Onduporoka here, because Araka, we've all seen their good run in there is the regional league Nile Zone. We've seen how good they are. We've seen how they have always come up to beat their tough opponents for fun here and there. So basically, Onduporoka having gone through a lot of issues as they close the first round of Betpower Big League into there is also the break, and then not participating in any game within there is Uganda Cup. Trust me, it's going to be a little bit hard. And I know Araka fans, those people love football. They are very passionate about football. Trust me, wherever that game is going to be, it's going to be fully packed as if you're watching a UPL game. So I wouldn't be surprised, because Onduporoka only traveled solo. Basically, only the players alone, plus a few other technical staff and coaching staff within there is Onduporoka. So trust me, the morale is going to be too high. I wouldn't really be surprised if Araka wins this game. And in this particular encounter, my favorites are the Arakas.
Susie, though this is not a competitive game, you know, Onduporoka Football Club, they have not been having a good record when it comes to playing against teams coming from Yumbe. Recently they faced Calvary, where they lost, but this is a friendly. My prayer is to see that Onduporoka, when the second phase will be bouncing, they play very well, at least finish in a better position. For Arrow Hill Sports Club, they have already been demoted. We know there are only 2 divisions when you talk about top tier of Ugandan football. Start Times Uganda Premier League and also FIFA Big League. We pray that both clubs, they remain in the top tier, and also Calvary, at least we also send another representative. And Susie, away from that, this time we discuss something about the ongoing Stanbic Uganda Cup round of 64 and round of 32. Games are set to be played tomorrow, whereby Sports Club Villa will play Sinat. This game will be at 1 Kulukuku. Blacks Power, meanwhile, will be staying at Akibwa. as they welcome Soltino Bright Stars, and there will be a game between Busoga United and the team of Tabor, and this game will be at Katindu. Meanwhile, games also set to be played today. In fact, the games took place yesterday. We had a game between Eganga Young Football Club. They were 2-1 winners over Chetume, and Chetaro, of course, went on to beat the team of Gaddafi by 2-0. So you look at some of these teams, Eganga Young FC, this is a regional league material. They are performing very well, and they're already into the round of 16 of Stanbic Uganda Cup. Chetume, a team playing in FUFA Big League, already out. Meanwhile, Chetara still continues with its brilliant performance to see that they knock out their counterparts called Gaddafi.
I think it's quite a very good. This encounter was a very tough one, and it was a very tense game. So basically, Gaddafi was beaten. You'd basically anticipate and know in this game, Benson, that actually Gaddafi, yes, they are a big one. Chitara has just been newly promoted to, there is a Stadium Uganda Premier League from there is a big league. We all saw how they came through from there is a big league to there is a Stadium Uganda Premier League. So basically, I want to judge Chitara based on their recent runs. In football. They are beating clubs for fun. They are beating people that we call big goons. In there is a UPL for fun. The big dogs are being beaten. So basically, when I saw this fixture, I even said in my head that Gaddafi is going to be beaten. Because recently, every other team now goes around to beat Gaddafi apart from the last game that they had. Apart from the last game that they had in Stadium Uganda Premier League, where I think they tied the opponents into an all-time draw. So basically, Gaddafi being beaten, to me, I wasn't surprised. I was even shocked how they came up to this round. Maybe basically because of the teams that they have been playing in the lower league division games have been a little bit easier to pass through. But then Gaddafi, onto there is a Chitara. I knew that a Chitara would go through. I wasn't surprised. And any other team that is coming across to play Chitara in the next round, trust me, you should come across knowing very well that Chitara will beat you. They are a very organized side, and they are beating people for fun.
True, we have given you the games to be played tomorrow in Stanbic Uganda Cup, and at the same time, Susie has already given lengthy analysis about the games which took place yesterday. And some people might be asking themselves, are we not having games to be played today? The likes of KCA, they are playing their game today, and they are traveling to Kakindu to play the team Zinzanov United, and at the same time, Express will be playing Rinzori Lions. This game will be at Wankukuku, and the round of 64 is also continuing. Susie, you see, ironically, round of 32 is going, round of 64 is also ongoing. One game to be played, as we will be expecting a game between Kum United and URA. Actual Calvary is the team waiting for the winner between URA and the team of Kum United. The team which is going to progress come this evening will meet Calvary here in Yumbe at Midgo Calvary.
That is going to be a very tough one. If you look at Kumi United and URA, this game is going to be at Boma Grounds in Kumi, 4 p.m. Today, 17th of February, Saturday. David Obua's side, really, if they fail to pick a win against Kumi matches, Kumi will be home. Trust me. To me, in this very encounter of Kumi United up against URA, Benson, I am seeing URA having better odds. There is, according to me, because basically, one, look at the league where URA is playing. Look at Kumi. I don't know which league they are playing. It could be their regional league within the Kumi. And then if you also look at David Obua's stands, if you look at his tactics, if you look at his experience, trust me, I am seeing a win for there is URA. But then Kumi being home, anything is very possible, by the way.
Yeah, Kumi is going to give that run nose for the team of URA, but as we have said, URA will look all the possible means to see that they overcome Kumi. Susie, let's finalize the discussion about Uganda, discussing something about the facilities, whereby the second phase of Philip Omondi Stadium construction has already been commissioned. In simple terms, we say it has been authorized. I think this is a very good initiative, because you look at Uganda at large, we only have very few verified stadiums. I can say MTN Philip Omondi is one of them. You may mention St. Mary's Tende, that one of Vipers, not forgetting about FUFA Technical Center Nzeru. Someone may ask him or herself about Nambole. Nambole is also under renovation, as under rehabilitation. I think second phase being commissioned is a good one, because you look at Philip Omondi, So many clubs are using that stadium. You talk about NEC, the owners themselves, Kasasiro Boys. And another team which is also using MTN Philip Mondi is Proline. I think second phase construction being commissioned will add something into the facilitation of Ugandan football.
I think all this now is narrowing down to preparations ahead of the next AFCON. That, of course, will be hosted here in between three countries. There is a Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. So basically, I think Uganda, having pushed so hard for this very chance of being the host country, trust me, they are looking closely into seeing that by the time 2027 comes up, it would literally find that all their stadiums or stadiums are very ready for this very big encounter and hosting of a lot of well-developed countries that will converge down into the three countries to see to it that they take down the AFCON games. So basically, if you look at Uganda, Benson, I wouldn't really say that we don't have a complete stadium compared to the ones that I watched in Ivory Coast. Trust me. Maybe I would say we still have a few time frame left to see to it that we can actually develop these stadiums into the level that we saw the ones in Ivory Coast here and there. But basically, the stadiums, of course, or the stadiums within Uganda are being uplifted or being commissioned for development. Trust me, it's quite a very good one, because it will really be shameful that they have given you the opportunity to host, and then when it comes to, of course, when it will come to there is going through checking and all that, so that of course the ahead of preparations of AFCON, it will be very shameful, very shameful.
Okay, that's all what we had for you as far as local, national, and continental stories are concerned. And it's right time for us to pick our plane and jet to Europe, particularly discussing about top European leagues. And we are starting with English Premier League. And we are only some few minutes away. I should say 1 hour plus something of around 12 minutes for the kickoff of the game between Liverpool and the team of Brentford. Right now, it's all about relegation battle and title race, because Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, they are going neck to neck. Meanwhile, in relegation, teams like Everton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, they are all looking for ways of survival. Brentford at home welcoming the team of Liverpool. There is a very high chance, 90%, Mohamed Salah may return for the team of Cops. How big is this one for the team of Liverpool?
First of all, the return of Mohamed Salah is quite a very big one, basically to me, because of the name. Because the Liverpool recently won games minus him, and the only side that was affected was his side, Egypt, in AFCON, and we saw them packing up their bags and going back home. But basically, coming down to there is the English Premier League. Trust me, Liverpool can play very well without Mohamed Salah. I was about to say Mohamed Shaban. But then if you look at Liverpool today up against Brentford, the return of Mo Salah is quite a very huge one. It will boost, first of all, it will boost in the squad of Liverpool. And then secondly, it will breed in, some of these legends now, after making in a name, even if your footballing, even if your tactics drop a little bit, trust me, people will fear you because of the name that you've made. They always look at you as the dangerous guy, the dangerous substitute and all that. So basically, it's going to be a very huge boost for there is a Liverpool for both the players and the entire team Liverpool. And to me, much as Brentford is home, the odds are going in for Liverpool.
Exactly, because the title race is still continuing. As I had said early on, Matthias, Mohamed Salah is returning for the team of Cops. Still, some players are going to miss the game for the team of Liverpool because of injury. Players like Budgetit, you talk about Joel Matip, Thiago Alcantara, Zobzlai, you mentioned Dwak, Becker, their number one custodian, is also going to miss the game because of a hamstring injury. Meanwhile, for the team of Brentford, expect players like Hiki, Mbeo, you talk about Da Silva, not forgetting about Sade. These are the players who are going to miss the encounter for the team of Brentford. Now, Burnley maintaining tough mode. They are on ground, welcoming the team of Arsenal. Arsenal, they're on fire, winning back-to-back games, overcoming Liverpool Cops team that has always been giving hard times to them. And recently, over the Hammers, we saw them demolishing West Ham by 6 goals to nil. Again, they are playing Burnley, a side which is struggling so much. Are we also going to see them thrashing, humiliating Burnley like how they did it against West Ham?
Arsenal, This time around, I think they have reorganized themselves very well.
Mm.
And now, I should say, Mikel Arteta knows who to play, where, and at what time, and who, of course, gets to match very well with the opponent. So
Mm.
basically, if you look at Mikel Arteta's assembling over there is his players. I think he has now understood exactly the
True.
strengths and weaknesses of his players. That's why we are seeing him now winning games for fun with a very wide goal margin here and there. And when Arsenal played in that game, every other person's prayer was at least they should go from the 6 goals to 7 goals so that they are at par with Liverpool when it comes to goals.
Exactly.
But basically, I think they now managed to bridge in the gap between them and Manchester City, where they now equally have the same the same points, I should say, in there is a table standings over English Premier League. And this time around, Arsenal up against Burnley. Burnley is a good side. Burnley is a slippery side.
True.
You cannot go against Burnley with a sure win that, yeah, this is going to be an easy fixture. You're going to come through with all of the 3 points here and there. So basically, Arsenal, yes, has been winning. But then this is Arsenal that we all know in round one where they started, they were inconsistent.
True.
The wins would come in, they would not be smooth wins. You would literally see Arsenal suffering to pick in wins here and there. So basically, they just started having a smooth run of wins over time, and it has not gone up to around 3 games. And today, I really don't see Arsenal scoring in a lot of goals like in the last game that they had over 6.
Okay, that means Arsenal will win, but it will not be with
A slim win.
Okay, I understand. Some of the absentees for the both sides. For Arsenal, Zinchenko is going to miss the game. Smith Rowe is also one of the players out injured for the team of Arsenal. Vieira is one of them. Gabriel Jesus is having a knee injury. That means he's going to miss the encounter. Not forgetting about Urian Timber. Partey is also out injured. Meanwhile, for the team of Burnley, Redmond is out injured. We have got Colosso, who is out injured. Bayer is out injured. And lastly, Taylor. Susie, the biggest game over the weekend, which is going to pick the attention of all football fans, will be the battle between Manchester City and the team of Chelsea. Why am I saying this? Because in the first round, we saw them playing 4-all square. The game ended 4-4. Are we going to see the same scoreline repeating itself maybe tonight? It may go 5-5, 6-6, but Manchester
this
City.
Time around, I think I am giving in the odds to there is a Manchester City. Basically because for now they seem to be a well-organized side compared to there is a Chelsea. Chelsea is failing really to win in games. I don't know why. Chelsea has a very complete squad of good players. Trust me, Chelsea has all the money. Chelsea has literally everything to win games. But where the problem of Chelsea is, no one understands. I think it's just within its income, understood by themselves alone. And this time around, Benson, I really wouldn't see a draw coming up from a Manchester City up against Chelsea. I am seeing Chelsea win this game.
You're going for Chelsea.
Manchester City.
So I'm also going for Manchester City because Manchester City, they have already raised their eyebrows. Arsenal is winning for fun. Liverpool is going, a defeat for them. Against Chelsea, we'll see the points gap were extended in case the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, they win their game. But we are waiting to see. Chelsea is always a slippery side when it comes to playing against some of the giants. But the absentees, the list is so lengthy. Players like Badiashile, Chukwuemeka, Uguchuku. You mentioned players like Marco Correa, James Sanchez, Romeo Lavia, Thiago Silva, Lastel Fofana. These are the absentees for the team of Chelsea. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, only 3 players who are going to miss. You talk about Josko Vador, you mentioned Grealish, and Lastel Silva. Bernardo Silva, these are players that may miss for Manchester City. For Bernardo Silva, his ankle injury. Grealish is having groin injury. Meanwhile, for Josko Vador, his ankle injury. And this one takes us to the other games to be played. Remember, not only the 3 games we have discussed to be played. Brentford, like we said, is taking on Liverpool 3:30. Burnley welcoming Arsenal 6 p.m. East African time. Fulham versus Aston Villa. The same time, Gunners will be battling with Burnley, and at the same time, Newcastle will be staying at St James Park as they welcome Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest is welcoming West Ham. Spurs will be having a game Akpa against Wolves, and lastly, the late kickoff game 8:30 will be the game between Manchester City and Chelsea. Susie, just in 1 minute, Wolves up against Spurs. Spurs is on form, Wolves on form. It's going wire to wire.
Wolves, these are both slippery. They are they are what do I even want to say? You cannot know against Wolves and Spurs if they are playing every other club or any other giant. You can literally not tell which team is going to win or what. And there are always headaches to giant teams. So today, they come down to face themselves, Wolves and Spurs. I would basically go in for Spurs.
Yes.
And then Wolves, I'm also not ruling out Wolves. And I'm seeing a first goal coming in from Wolves, but then Spurs is always good at, of course, equalizing. And they play, they bring in a lot of energy when you start scoring fast for them. And trust me, when you score up fast against Spurs, trust me, that game is going to end on a draw basis. However many goals you score, trust me, Spurs always looks to you to come and equalize all these games. And then if you forget a little bit towards the extra minutes of the game, that's when Spurs comes in and scores one goal as a winner for them. So literally here, I am seeing a draw because both sides are very slippery and tough sides, Wolves and Spurs.
Players like Kuna Gomez, they're on fire for the team of Wolves. Meanwhile, for Spurs, Richarlison is scoring for fun. Son is back. And also one player who's well known from RB Leipzig, Timo Werner, is picking up. And also one player, the former midfielder for the team of Leicester City, the name I just skipped out of my mind, is also performing very well. And this one takes us to another league called German Bundesliga, whereby Darmstadt is welcoming Stuttgart, Heidenheim is welcoming Bayer Leverkusen, Union Berlin is traveling away to Hoffenheim. Meanwhile, there is a game between Augsburg taking a trip to Mainz, and Wolfsburg will be staying at Wolfs Arena to welcome Dortmund. And lastly, RB Leipzig welcoming a side called Borussia Mönchengladbach. The talking point in German Bundesliga is all about, will it be the time for Bayer Leverkusen to end Bayern's dominance? Because right now, they are 5 points clear ahead of Bavarians, and they are still unbeaten. Bayer Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso continues to perform very well.
Bayer Leverkusen, trust me, this time around they have come to play and they're beating in people for fun. So basically, I really wouldn't have a lot to say about Bayer Leverkusen, only that maybe the teams that they are being drawn against should be very, very, very careful, because we are seeing them win with a very huge goal margin there. And most of the players, of course, are up-to-date players, and they are getting to score in goals for fun. So basically, I think the coach is doing them so good, and he has matched very well with the players. He knows all the strengths and weaknesses of all his players, basically, and that is why we are seeing them win.
Okay, their counterparts, Bayern Munich, they are playing tomorrow up against Bochum, and this one takes us to Italian Serie A. Also 3 games to be played. Napoli will take on Genoa, Juventus travels to Hellas Verona, and the night shall be finalized by the game between Atalanta and Sassuolo. Also, the talking point in Italian Serie A is Inter Milan has already opened the points gap to 10 points. Inter Milan is having 63 points, and the team of Juventus is having 53. With all equal number of games being played in the league, it seems Inter Milan is running away with the trophy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.